Good morning, everybody. We are in Traveler 5, Module 3, Unit 5, Vocabulary and Grammar. In this unit, you will be able to distinguish between British and American English, make requests, express ability and permission, express obligation, necessity, prohibition and absence of obligation, give advice and expressing your opinions. First of all, we will start with the British and American English. As we know that the English language is an international language, so it is spoken in many different countries all over the world. So we have different accents, let's say accents, and different spelling for some words and rules. But the famous two is the British British English and American English. So we will go over some differentiation between these two accents in spelling and in grammar. First of all, we will go with the spelling. For example, R-E and E-R. To make this easier for you, it's the same like when Saudi speak Arabic language, and there is Bahrainian speaks English language, and let's say Egyptian speaks not English, Arabic language. We have different words according to the country itself. Okay, here we have some word in British and American. Look here. Is it clear? No. Okay. R-E, when the words end with R-E in British English, they write the R then the E. For American, they write the E then the R. Let's take some examples. For example, centimeter, centimeter, R-E. Here, centimeter, E-R, E-R. Center, R-E in the British. But in American, it is center, E-R. Liter, R-E. Liter, E-R. Meter, R-E. Meter, E-R. Okay, so this is the first rule. American, E-R. British, R-E. We have also O-U-R and O-R. Some words are ending with O-R. So, in British English, they like to put U between the O and R. For American, it's not. Favor, favor, O-U-R. But for the American, it is O-R, no U. Humor, sense of humor, O-U-R. For American, it is just O-R. Color and neighbor. Here we have double L and L. And if you remember the first slide for me, I wrote traveler with one L because this is the American spelling, one L, not double L. So traveler, double L here, traveler, then ER. For American, it is traveler without double L. British, traveling, double L. For American, it is traveling, just one L. Some words are end with G, like dialogue, catalog, monologue, okay? So, in British English, they prefer to write after the G, U-E. For American, it's just O-G. Look at dialogue, O-G-U-E. Catalog, O-G-U-E. For the American, it is just O and G. Some of you maybe will find that the American is easier, other British. It's something related to your opinion. Here we have S-E and C-E. Look at practice, the verb, not the noun. The verb in British English is written with S, practice. For American, the verb practice is written with C. License. Your driving license and license. Here we have different words not belonging to any rules. Miscellaneous, we call it miscellaneous, it's different. We cannot categorize them under rules. So, like we have here gray, British English with E, American English with A. Tire, Y, and American English I. Organize with S for the British English and Z for American. Are these everything for the spelling equivalent between British and American? No, there are many others, but we will concentrate in what you have in your book, and you can check it. Go do your research and you will find other example. Okay. Second things we have, it's not spelling, it's different words and phrases. Different words and phrases. First word is autumn. Autumn, it's one of the season. We have 4 seasons. Now we are in spring season. Autumn is one of these seasons. The tree, the leaves of the tree falls and everything become orange. English American, they call it fall. Fall season. Chemist, drugstore. Chemist, drugstore. Pharmacist. Pharmacy, sorry. Chips, fries. French fries. And for the English, it is chips. City center, and for the English American, it's downtown. Flat for the British, apartment for American. Football for English, and soccer, as we know, for American. Mark for British, and grade for American. Maths for British and math for American. Mobile phone for British and cell phone for American. Pavement for British. Sidewalk for American. Petrol station for British and gas station for American. Secondary school for British and high school for American. Finally, shopping center for British and mall for American. And to have full explanation, you can go to your student book, page, I think 99. You will have, let's check the page. Yes, 99. You will have British, Appendix 2, British and American English, word, phrase, spelling, and grammar and usage. Okay. We will go through this text. Okay, here you will read the text and underline the words phrase in American English. What are their British English equivalents? So here you have the American, and they want you to underline the American and tell what is the equivalent for them from the British English. Okay. Look at the first paragraph or text. I work a lot during the weekend. That's why I love the weekend so much. I love the weekend so much. On the weekend, I try to do as little as possible. Yes, on the weekend. For American, it is on the weekend. For British, it is at the weekend. Both of them are right. It's just for American and British. I try to do as little as possible. Sometimes I go downtown and hang out with my friends. We usually grab sandwich and fries. Sandwich and fries. Yes, fries, chips. Here, yes. downtown city center. I prefer to stay at home and watch my favorite TV program. Here the spelling. Program with double M-E-S for British and one M for American. I avoid leaving my apartment. Yes, apartment, flat. It is flat in British English. Okay, let's go to, number 1. Last week, I did the stupid things. I lost my cell phone. Yes, cell phone. It was a nice day, so I decided to walk home from work rather than take the subway. I was subway underground. I was almost home when I realized that my phone was gone. I went to a gas station. Yes, gas station. Okay, and I called my cell phone to see if someone would answer. Yes, cell phone, mobile phone. He said he had found my phone in the sidewalk. Yes, pavement. Sorry. In front of the local drugstore. Yes, drugstore, pharmacy. Lucky for me, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to be more careful from now on. Okay, number 3. It's about Tom Fry is your typical high school student. So, high school, in British it is secondary school. He is on his school soccer team. Yes, soccer, football. And he loves going out with his friend. They usually go to the mall or play, okay, mall. Yes, mall. It is mall and they call it shopping center. Play a game of soccer together. Soccer, football. He gets a good grade in his classes, grade marks, especially history and English, but he hates math. Yes, math. Also, works part-time in evening when he does not have soccer practice. Soccer and practice, it is S and as we said, S, C and S. He is going to start a college, yes, the British called it university, in the fall, yes, autumn. He wants to major in history, major specialize. And again, specialize with S for American, British, and with Z for American. Okay, here you have timetable for each British and English word, spelling, phrase, or grammar. Okay, please concentrate here for the grammar. 28th of February for the British, and for American it is February 28. At the weekend, American on the weekend. Okay, look at the verb here. You can find it in your book, as I said, page 99. Burnt, burned. It's the past participle of burn. Learned, learned. Smelled, smelled. Spoiled, spoiled. Be in hospital, be in the hospital. Go to hospital, go to the hospital. British say book a room or book a table. For American it is make a reservation. Lay the table. For American it's sit the table. When we are preparing for our food, lunch or dinner, we sit the table. For British it is lay the table. Sit for an examination. For American it is take an examination. Have a shower. For American it is take a shower. It's not something new for something new for you. So please go back to your tabular 1 and 2 and check your book tabular 5. Go for the page 99. You will see a full explanations for them. Modal verbs, it's not something new. For this we will just revise. When can we use the suitable modal verbs according to what do we want to say or express? First of all, what do we mean by modal verbs? It's a helping verb. For some of us call it helping verb, and it needs another verb, and it must be the verb after the modal verb in infinitive. Okay, what are the modal verbs? We have many modal, like will, can, could, should, shall, must, have to, need to. These are the modal verbs. Here you will read the examples below and try to guess what is the meaning of this modal verb. Look at the first sentence. Will you help me with the washing up? Will you help me with the washing up? As we said yesterday, will is a modal verb to express what? It's a future forms, and it's express what? Yes, request. When you want to ask someone to do you something, you have to use will. So, will you help me? And look here, please. This is will, the modal verb, and here help. It's infinitive. Not helped, not helping, not helped. Okay? So what does it mean? Is request. So go for request here. Request. You can use may, can, could, would, and will. Okay? Sentence number 2. I am sorry, sir, but you can't smoke here. You can't smoke here. What do we mean by can here? Are you able to smoke here? No, you are not able. So it expresses ability. Can, can't, ability. The past is could. Number 3. I think you ought to apologize to your sister for your behavior. I think you ought to. You ought to. Ought to is the, where is it? Ought to is the modal verb. What does it express here? When I say someone, okay, I think you are mistaken, you ought to say sorry. Yes, it is an advice. It is an advice or opinion. This is my opinion. You ought to say sorry. So should, ought to, had better, advice. When you want to give advice or express your opinion, you can use ought to. Number 4. I could swim when I was 4 years old. Could, as we said before, could express ability. It's the past of can. So here he is expressing his or her ability for something when he was 4 years old in past. No, I really have to study hard for my math exam. I really have to study hard. So what do we mean here by have to? The modal verb is have to. Again, look, study, the verb after the modal verb should be in infinitive. Yes, I have to. It's not something depends on my wishes or desire or what do I want, I don't want. It's something necessary. Okay, so yes, have to express obligation and necessity. Obligation and necessity. Must, have to, need to, had to. These 4 modal verbs for expressing obligation and necessity. You don't have to shout. You don't have to shout. So, no need to shout. No need to shout. So it is absence of obligation, no need. So absence, okay, of obligation. Don't have to, don't have to. Excuse me, may I use your phone? May I use your phone? What's the modal verb here? Yes, it is may. May. What does it express? May I use your phone? May I, let's say, use your book, your pen? May I leave the classroom? Yes, it's expressing permission. Permission. Okay? It means allow me to do something or to take something. Okay. Prohibition, by the way, must. It is about when we express something must happen. Something must happen. We use mustn't and can't. Mustn't and can't. Okay. So ability is for can, could. Obligation, necessity. If it is in the present, you will say must, have to, need to. It's past, you will say had to. Permission, can, could, may, might. Request, may, can, could, will, would. Advice or opinion, should, ought to, had better. Prohibition, mustn't, can't. You can't enter this room. It's just for ladies, for example, can't. Absence of obligation, needn't, don't have to, don't need to. So, if you go to your book, page 93 and 94, you will have full explanations for all the modal verbs you can imagine and its uses. Okay, so please open your book, page 93, and check them all. Let's see this note. It's very important. You have to put it in your mind when you do a modal verb exercise, task, activity, or using them in your social life. Could express general ability in the past. Was, were able to express ability in particular situation in the past. So, could express general ability, but was, were express particular situation in the past. Might, may, and could are more formal, rasmi, than can when used for asking for permission. So if you are talking to your teacher or your manager, you have to say it's better to use might, may, and could more than can. Would and could are more formal than will and can when used for making request. Had better is stronger than should and ought. So if it's something you have to give it as advice or opinion, you can use should and ought to. Something stronger, go to had better. Must express obligation coming from how the speaker feels, while have to express obligation coming from external factors. Let's say you must study hard, but you have to stay at your home these days. You have to. Okay, here you have a full explanations for them, the model, the use, and examples. Please check them. Okay, let's do this exercise. Okay, must, may, I interrupt you. So here you are taking permission, may. They might make their reservation soon. Otherwise, the hotel will be full. So hurry up. You have to, you should to do your booking. I have really bad toothache. You should or need go to the dentist. Yes, should. It's must. It's a strong opinion or advice. You mustn't or don't have to wear a suit and tie. The dinner party is not formal. The dinner party is not formal. So, where is it? Yes, it's absence of obligation. I can't see the floor anymore. You really ought to or might clean this room. So, yes, ought to. It's very dirty and you ought to clean it. Should you please turn down the volume? I'm trying to concentrate. Yes, could. Request. You are asking someone to down the volume. You needn't use your mobile phone during the examination. You cannot or you mustn't or you needn't use the cell phone. So, yes, mustn't. Okay, mustn't. Prohibition. It's not allowed at all. I ought to or had to go to the bank yesterday to cash a check. So, for example, you had to go to a bank if you want to cash a check. I was sitting so far away from the speaker that I wouldn't or couldn't hear him very well. I was so far, so I couldn't. You will not be able to ability. You had better not or don't have to wake up late again or you will lose your job. So here he is giving his advice or opinion, but it is a strong one. So we will go with had better not. Thank you for listening. See you soon. Be safe.